Welcome, brother.
So, find out how stupid and butthead are doing. Hello.
God save you. What can I do for you?
Give me my reward.
Are you happy here?
It's not worth a damn. If I had any choice, you wouldn't see my heels for dust.
Well, what's happened? Did you two get yourselves into trouble?
A fine friend you are, assuming it's our own bloody fault.
Oh, come on. You know what you two are like. I had to ask.
Well, perhaps with that monk. But now, the foreman's got it in for us. If he could, he'd skin us alive.
Aw, is he too hard on you? Wah, wah, wah.
Always forcing you to work, is he?
If only. That wouldn't be so awful. But nothing we do is good enough for him. There's always some reason for him to yell at us.
I can imagine.
You know what it's like. We do too little, and it takes us too long, and what we eat's worth more than the work we've done, and it's no fun listening to that sort of shit day after day.
And the miller doesn't mind?
And the miller won't stick up for you. I would have thought all the yelling would drive him mad.
Not really. He trusts that loudmouth bastard more than us. He's got us down for a pair of parasites.
I see.
What's so stupid is the mill really needs us. They haven't had any hands here for quite a while, and the mill needs a lot of fixing. But with them around, we can't even get to work.
And you definitely don't... You don't ever provoke him?
I've already told you once, he's an arsehole. I'd say there's nothing we can do about it. If he wants to yell at us, he'll yell at us.
Have you tried talking with him?
What do you think? But that just sets him off. He starts saying we're practically bandits, and what he's going to do about it. That gets Fritz going, and he starts yelling too, and...
Yeah, I would have never guessed that. Fucking Fritz.
I'd never have guessed he's like that.
Well, get a job here as a hand, and you'll soon see.
And what does he do during the day? Does he work with you?
Good one. He keeps his eye on everything, but his hand only touches the saw when the miller shows up, which isn't that surprising.
Why?
The last time he did anything, he almost took his thumb off with a chisel. I wouldn't put an axe in those paws of his either.
So he's clumsy and arrogant. That's what you said about your last master, that Nimoy.
Aye, but at least you could sneak away from old Nimoy for a bit. No chance of that around here.
And what do you want to do about it? Just run away?
Actually, I'd like to stay here, at least for a bit. I never would have thought I'd like working at a mill, but not with him around. It's unbearable, and there's no one I can complain to. But you could.
Me? Do you think they'll listen to me?
They did once already, didn't they? They hired us because of you. You could have another word with them.
Back then, making promises was enough. Now, it will be worse.
You can forget about the miller. It's Thomas you need to convince. The miller takes his opinion seriously. So, will you do it for us? Again?
Fine.
Of course I
I'll
will.
talk to him.
That's the whole reason why I
Try
came
not to
here.
get on his wrong side. You won't get anywhere with him then.
I'll keep that in mind.
But about your debt.
About your brawl with Elias.
With Elias? Talk to Fritz about that.
Alright, fine. Are you Dickface McDicky? No, it's Fritzface McFritzy.
God grant your health. How may I help you?
Yes. Was that some courtesy? Really? Just fighting.
I want to get...
Certainly.
Surely.
I'm interested...
All right.
Alright. Because you're a friend, I will pay you less. Because you always fuck over friends.
Agreed.
Warfare level up 2, not warmfare, warfare. Warmfare, I like that.
Mathew told me your foreman's a fool, and you're not exactly filled with Christian love for him.
You better believe it. I'd like to pay him back for everything and drown him in the river.
What about the others at the mill? Are they awful as well?
The miller's an old fool. He believes every word that comes out of Thomas's mouth. It's hopeless. And then there's the miller's daughter. She's a pretty lass, and kind with it. And what can she do? Nothing. Not that it stops Mathew gonna see her. But it's Thomas is the root of the problem.
Do you think he's jealous? Is she a sweetheart?
He might make puppy dog eyes at her, but most of the time he just struts about like a peacock. I really don't think she's the problem.
So what has he done to you?
Drowning? What's he done to you?
It was the first or the second day here. We had a disagreement and I told him off. And then, all of a sudden, we're fighting and that fucker just throws me in the river. I nearly drowned.
Well, how did you get out? I thought you couldn't swim.
I can't. They pulled me out. I was up to my waist in water.
I see. Well, I'd be pretty fucking angry too. So you want to pay him back?
Exactly. I don't give a shit about anything around here, but that bastard's in need of a good trouncing.
I spoke with him briefly and he doesn't seem so horrible.
Then you ought to try working with him. He's a sneaky bastard and arrogant.
Fucking
You should see how
Fritz.
he puffs himself up when he's off to play dice with Lawrence.
Who's Lawrence? Another mill hand?
Aye, but at the neighbouring mill. They call him the Wren. Damned if I know why. Thomas goes there to play dice with him.
And what do you want to do about it? Do you think you can come to an agreement?
No fucking chance. Mathew hopes so because he likes it here. It's true the work's better than the mines, but the play's worse.
So how do you plan on dealing with it? Leaving?
Perhaps. But first, I want to give Thomas a proper trouncing. I mean a real thrashing.
And you think that will help?
Maybe. Maybe it'll knock some sense into that fat head of his. Or he'll be too frightened to mess with me.
That might help.
So why don't you arrange a fight with him? If we win, he'll leave us alone. Oh, we could...
What?
Kill him.
We could lure him off someplace far away and then wait for him. Maybe to play dice with Lawrence. He would have to go through the dark woods.
I'll think about it.
Fritz has some really cool ideas, I gotta say.
Brawl with the lights. Your best friend settled the matter.
You're serious?
Absolutely. All you have to do is go to him and promise you'll pay the debt somehow.
We won't forget this. On my honor. And I'm really sorry about that fight. I was just going out of my mind.
Yeah. Stupid. Alright. Old Thomas. You and we should have a chat.
What can I do for you?
How are the carpenters?
So what do you think about the workers I brought you?
If I hadn't put in a good word for them, the miller would have thrown them out by now.
Huh.
I heard them say something else.
So they're complaining, are they? I provide for them, and all they do is slack off.
Isn't it the miller who provides for them?
He can't manage the work anymore. If it weren't for me, there'd be nothing left standing around here.
But you do need help, do you now?
But you need the help anyway. And they're pretty handy.
Maybe, but they're in no danger of overworking themselves. They act like they're too good for the mill, and I saw them eyeing up Jane.
Nothing strange about that. She's a pretty girl, and she's of an age to marry.
It's not marriage they've got on their minds. They'd have their way with her, then before her belly started to grow, they'd have run for the hills.
Look, we can reach an agreement. You need the mill fixed, they need the money. If they have peace to do their work, they'll be able to finish it faster.
But
And then they'll take their groschen and leave. The mines will open again, and the faster they get their money, the quicker they'll be gone.
do you really think I can trust them to do it? Will they do their work and leave? And leave Jane alone in the meantime?
Actually, no, they've had enough of you. No, sure. Of course. I'll arrange it. I mean, there's a reason why they call me Henry the Silver Tongue, which is basically the first time I called him that, but they call him that.
Of course. They're not interested in the mill. They just need the coin to pay their debts. Once they've got enough, they'll have no reason to stay here.
I never thought we could sort it out this way.
I've known them for a long time, and you can rely on them when it comes to this. Everybody will be better off.
All right. If they keep their part of the bargain, I'll even give them a few extra groschen. But woe betide them if they don't. You can tell them that.
Oh, that's easy then. Mathew! Mathew! I got your problem fixed.
It took some doing, but I made a deal with him.
I'm glad to hear it. So we can stay here? He'll leave us be?
He'll leave you alone, but there are conditions. Once you finish your job, you'll vanish from here. But you'll get an extra groschen or two for your troubles.
And that's it? I thought... Never mind.
Oh, and you're to stop dallying with the miller's daughter. Keep on mucking about with her and you'll muck things up for yourselves.
The fucking bastard. He can go fuck himself. He'd better give us enough groschen to make it worth it. But I suppose I should thank you. You may have bought us some peace and quiet, and that's better than nothing.
Alright.
Hey!
Get the money back. Yo,
What?
Fritz!
What the hell? Be a bit more careful.
Fritz! Fritz is eating. Stop eating, Fritz. Jane. Seriously? Alright. She's doable. Miller Oliver. Okay, so that's about that. With the friends in need and the friends indeed. Basically, we're done with that. That's the one we want to do next. Go to Wojciech and give him the Waffenloss. Let's go. Hey, Wojciech. My man. My good old man.
Lord watch over you, Henry.
Where are you? There you are. I got your stuff.
I'm glad to see you.
I've done what you asked for.
I've done as you asked.
Excellent, Henry. I look forward to the latest news from Talmberg. I hope Captain Robart rubs the commander's nose right in it.
Of course you will. Anything else?
Have you got any more jobs for me?
Of course, you're just in time. I could do with a horse, and since I'm setting the task, I'll go further. I'd like a strong stallion direct from the Merhoyed stables.
Now, that's no mean feat you're asking.
As well I know, and well I'll pay.
Alright. Stealing a horse. It can't be that much of a big punishment for that, right? Yeah, I think there was like a death penalty on that. On stealing horses.
I'll steal that horse for you, but the rewards had better be worth it.
Don't worry, but you'd best not come back with some old nag.
Alright. Steal a horse from the stables. There it is, with the stables. Well, fine. We're going to do that, but later. Do that later. Do that later. Yeah, most of the things were basically done. I mean, Wojciech wants to champ all the time. Doesn't really matter. Maybe at some point things will change if we advance further with the story. Alright, I don't know. Anyways, let's go to Neuhof. And I guess it's the woman that we're going to talk to. You know what? Let's fast travel. Because why not? There we are. Hello. And Neuhof. There it is. What's up? Scusi, Signora. I think you have a job for me.
Go ahead.
Signora Zhora. Do you have something for us? Like golden spurs? That's better than what we have, I'm pretty sure. I would like to have a different comparison too. And noble saddleback. What do we have? I don't think we have a fine saddle. Right. Military horseshoes. Don't think we have those two. You know what? Buy, and buy. And... you know what? Let's buy both of them. Holy shit, that's expensive. But apparently we can sell something to you too. So how about we're gonna sell you that and that and that and that and that and now we're gonna keep that, but that and that and that and that and that and I guess that's that and oh yeah, that. Yeah. Sure. Well, I'm going to hack it, but that was surprisingly expensive, I have to say. Wow. Really expensive. But I guess we can haggle her down to 5,000, but freaking hell. No, 5,000 is probably too much, so how about...
Aye, that would...
Good. Oh, this is broken. Ah. Anyways. Where's the stuff? There's the stuff. To the horse. Well, with that, it kind of looks like... we kind of look like Muslim. So... I have nothing against that, but you know, as a Christian back in 1403, oh, look at this. This looks noble. Then the military horses. That thing. Don't know what it does. What's the difference? Why did it pay so much? I don't know. I just paid so much. And the noble saddlebacks. Oh, yes. That makes it look different. Fine. Still no armor. Or head armor. Find this kind of curious. Damn it. There you go. Horse. And... Good. Senora. Would you buy that shit back? Please. Because I don't need this. Thank you.
I'd like to do...
Yes. Give me a better price, woman. Like how about 440? No, 410.
See.
Good. Gilded spurs. Good shit. Now, Zhora, do you get some work for us?
Do you need a hand with anything around here?
I certainly do. After what happened, I don't know where to begin. Throw out everything that's burnt, hire new stable boys. But why bother? There's just no point anymore. Especially since no one will buy from me.
Well, I just bought a shit ton
from
from you.
Divish of Talmberg. He paid handsomely for our horses. But now my husband is... Now he's been murdered. His lordship has stopped buying. Although we still breed excellent steeds.
Then why would he stop buying from you?
I don't know, really. But maybe you could find out? Take our dabbled grey and show him to his lordship. He's a fine steed. A bit of a devil, but fast as the wind. That ought to convince Sir Divish.
But how? Do you want to race?
Race? I can't go running around like a March hare just to win some custom. I've got my dignity.
No, not you. A horse race. The winner will determine who Sir Divish buys from.
Ah, I see. And I was afraid I'd have to try and outrun people half my age with these old aching knees of mine.
Why me? Why not go yourself or send a stable boy?
I need all my stable boys here, and besides, you've got his lordship's ear, so I'm sure I can trust you.
Yes, you can. And you can also pay me handsomely, woman.
I'll go and ask Sir Divish. Maybe I can find out what's going on.
That would be very kind of you, lad. Please send him my respectful greetings.
Okay. Settled Zhora's Dappled Grey. Sport of Kings. That shitty one is... Pah! Pah! Well, alright, we're going to do that, but... we're not in a hurry. Tarnbach is... Well, we'll probably have to go to finish this... it doesn't matter. We're gonna go to Ushitz. And Ushitz, we have to do two things. This one, and also... I think there was something else. No? There wasn't. Not really. No, well, still going to go to Ushitz because at Ushitz we also have this one here. An activity, which we haven't seen so far. And now I'd like to know what kind of activity that is. Welcome back to Ushitz. So, we get a couple of things to do around here. We have a... Well, I forgot the name of the guy that we have to talk to. Well, it's not the name, his title. It's the vinegar? The vicar, right. But also, apparently, the quest tipster around here has a tip or a quest or something. So let's leave our horse, I don't know, over here. Alright, I know. Leave the horse right over here. It's not our horse. It's that one. The dappled grey. Anyways, Mr. Tipster, do you have a tip or something? Hello?
I'm honored that you should...
Is there anything
Indeed there is. I heard there's been quite a ruckus in Tarnberg. It seems some gang of poachers has settled in the woods there. I couldn't tell you anything about it, though. Best talk to Nicholas.
Really? Okay.
Nothing out. Sir?
You know what? Let's buy this place. Because, again, we got a shit ton of money. We can do whatever we want with all the money. So...
You all like it here.
Totally.
What are you doing?
Hello? Seriously? Okay, let's go to maps. And then Tarnberg. Yeah, now we have this one here too. We didn't have the quest giver before. Cool. Fine. Why not? Hello? Vicar's guard. Are you the vicar? Hello, vicar man. Hey, he got like a Superman.
Are you
curl.
serious?
What do you want here, lad?
God save, Monsignor. My name's Henry, and I've been sent by Sir Hanish of Lipa.
Sir Hanish, And why is he sending you?
I'm to assist you in your search.
Oh, I see. How considerate of him. Well, you've come at the right time. I need someone who'll go unnoticed among the locals.
Of course.
I'm sure Sir Hanish told you what I'm doing here.
He said you're looking for heretics?
Exactly. I'm seeking out the sores that inflict the body of the church. The rash of heretics. Valdensians. Dangerous heretics, one and all.
Uh-huh. So, what can I do then?
How can I help you then?
Excellent. Let's get right to the point, Henry. I know how to get to where the heretics congregate.
And what's stopping you from going there, sir?
That is to say, I know in theory. The crux of the matter is this. We caught a heretic in Kutenberg who told us of the heretics in Ushitz. Regrettably, by the time he got around to describing their meeting place, he was already raving and hardly coherent.
I see. So do you know where they meet up, or don't you?
Possibly. His account was confused, to say the least. I have a record somewhere here. Can you read, boy?
Of course, boy.
Naturally, Father. Otherwise, Sir Hanish wouldn't have sent me.
I see. It's a good thing at least the servants of the nobility are getting a suitable education. Some of their own offspring can hardly write their own names. Here's the record of the interrogation. From what I can make out, his description of the route starts at the local tavern. Once you've found something out, come back and see me.
I'll do my best, Father.
Of course, Father. Why will the locals trust me? Well, of course they trust me. I'm fucking Henry.
Well, I'm not from Uzhitz exactly, so I don't know how well they'll accept me.
That's good, because the last thing I need is one of these local good-for-nothings. I can't trust a single one of them. And they don't trust me either. But you're an ordinary lad with a likable face.
Oh, thank you.
It's simple-looking.
Hey!
You have a much better chance of learning their secrets.
You flatter me, Monsignor. Very well, then. Are there any suspects?
Everyone is a suspect. You can be sure of that. But I'll know more after I finish the interrogations.
Interrogations, torture, it's all the same.
How did you conclude there are heretics here?
We caught one in Gutenberg. He can...
And that was all he told...
By the end, all his strength had left him.
I see. Torture.
I'm guessing he didn't speak willingly.
Of course not.
Little wonder his strength deserted him in the executioner's clutches. It's a pity. He might have known more.
My lad, guard your tongue. It's unwise to question the ways of Mother Church.
I don't question.
Heretics are a canker on the body of the Church. Do you know what's to be done with such an ulcer? You take the hot iron to it and burn it out. It may hurt. It hurt me too, to have to cause the man to suffer. But it had to be done for the well-being of the Church.
Oh yes, the well-being.
Who are these Valdensians? I've never heard of them.
Really? Then you've either not been paying attention in church, or the parish priest in Ratai is too idle to read out the bishop's missive to the congregation.
I'm not from Ratai, so...
Both possibilities are equally disturbing, but I'll allow you the benefit of the doubt, and assume it's the latter. But to answer your question, it's a heretical sect.
I gathered that much, but what form does the heresy take?
Look, boy, I don't have time right now to embark on theological disputation. Besides which, it's not something you need concern yourself with. Suffice it to say, they are heretics.
Very well, Monsignor.
Fuck you, Monsignor. I can't read that document, so I'll be going then.
I'll get working on it.
God be with you.
Good. Alright. So, quest item. This account was written down by Master Borislav, scribe to the Archbishop, recording the testimony given to the questioned heretic, whereby the interrogation was conducted by the very Reverend Jan of Osek, Monsignor and Vicar to the Archbishop, and the lawful right of torture was carried out by the lawful right of torture, awesome, was carried out by the town executioner, Francis, called Shanks, in the town jail according to the resolution of the town council. Now, at first the captive heretic, one Peter Hradek, did refuse to give testimony, whereupon the executioner was introduced to encourage him to do so by the performance of arts. Performance of arts, alright. Let it be stated that the interrogated Peter of Hradek did long resist the executioner's persuasions. However, he did finally respond to a query as to the place of assembly of the other heretics known to him. That was that they did meet in the township of Ushitz, where the vicar then asked the prisoner to elaborate, that is, who they were and in what house they assembled. Peter of Hradek fell again into silence. The executioner was again obliged to exercise his persuasive arts. I love it. Which in due course, the vicar ordered him to desist, for the prisoner was greatly fatigued. Yes, fatigued. Whereupon he did suddenly find the voice and began to respond at length to the repeated query as to where he met with the other heretics. The vicar thereupon decreed that the testimony of the prisoner be written down verbatim. May the Lord forgive me for hearing these heretical speeches. which by my duty of Holy Mother Church I am bound to set down in writing this day. Thus spoke the heretic. I began my pilgrimage in Ushitz, done of inquiry whether people were drinking and fornicating. So, yeah, that's totally what he said. So I left that corrupt place at once. And at once I saw another abomination, the temple of the bride of the Antichrist, with a proud Babylonian tower. I was sent past it quickly towards the rising sun. When I left the village, I came upon a crossroads. I didn't know which way to go. So I fell on my knees and prayed, and my prayer was heard, for the finger of Christ rose from the ground to show the right path. On I went through the sinful land, and suddenly I hear the sound of 1,000-headed crowd at work. And I saw the queen of the towers. I journeyed further on, and all at once there rose from the ground the jaws of the behemoth, and his broken teeth jetted upon the heavens like the tombstones of the Moabites. So I went through the mouth of the beast. By the road I saw abode of the apostles Peter and Andrew. I was hungry, so I took the fruits of their labors and filled my belly, for I know it was full of jelly. Now then I left their house, and I saw 2 widows weeping and kneeling. I wept with them, and they let me sleep in their shadows. I went further along the edge and the world and saw the ribs of the great Leviathan washed up in the seal. Then I saw 2 bridges over the river of Jordan, and the devil tempted me and tried to lure me upon them. What the fuck's going on? I'm not going to... Alright. And then I finally saw it, the gateway to the gardens of paradise, abundant with foliage. It was guarded by men of straw, but they saw I was a good Christian and let me enter herein. These were the last words uttered by the heretic Peter of Radek, for he did then breathe his last. The vicar did then state that his death was surely work of Lucifer, to silence his tongue before the ears of our servants of God. Totally, yes, stupid ass Lucifer. Now, the executioner thereupon took umbrage and made conceit objections, for which his wage was cut by 3 groschen, and he was admonished, sure, not to repeat such remarks, especially in the presence of the servant of the Holy Church. Now, the body of the heretic was burned or buried outside of the cemetery walls as benefit, so it could be no corrupt anybody else. Here by the case of blah blah blah, accordance with the law, blah blah blah.
You didn't want me fighting. Now look at me. Standing up to evil isn't the same as sowing its seeds. You did what was right.